broadening wedge. Right, so how does the broadening wedge look like? Right, this is how it looks like. So price will drop, right, go up, drop, go up, drop, go up, and then eventually it will drop, huh? So your support, draw support, 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 then you have a resistance. Let me draw it properly. Right. Right. So it's like a megaphone, huh? Can you see? Right. Then there's a reverse broadening wedge where you have price going up, then it will go down, drop, go down, up. Then what you have is that and that, huh? Then eventually price will go up again. All right? How do we trade and make money from the pattern? This is how we trade and make money. So the distance from that point over there to this point over there, let's say that distance is maybe 150 pips. Right, from that point to that point, you'd expect price to move by exactly 150 pips, right, from there all the way to the, okay, let me just fix my leg over there. Right, so price will be coming from there, then you have that megaphone, that distance from here all the way to that point, let's say that distance is maybe another 150 pips. You'd expect price to move from the break to that point by exactly 150 pips, huh? Distance from there all the way till there. How do we make money from the pattern? This is how we make money. Your entry is on the break of the supporter. This is where you'd look to enter. That will be your entry. Your take profit obviously is the target. You follow? Then your stop loss is obviously just directly above. Then distance from there to there, same distance you expect it to move from what? There to there. Your entry again is on the break of resistance. Your stop loss just below. Your take profit is obviously at the top. Right. So that's your broadening wedge. Right. So it's almost like a mirror image of your falling wedge. Can you see it? Right. So look at this. A falling wedge will look like this, huh? Something like that, huh? Right. And then if I were to put a mirror image here, a mirror, then this would somehow look like that, huh? But then in this case, you have price going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Here, price is going up, down, up, down, up, down. Can you see? So this one is more of a megaphone. This one is more of, right?
How many of us took the pound yen trade posted this week? The pound yen, the broadening wedge. That was in TSN. This, for example, this is a broadening wedge which actually broke. This should be like Monday. 25th. That's 2 days ago actually. Right, I remember posting this trade. So once again, Remember, we're talking about broadening wedge is a reversal pattern, yes? And this is a reversal happening. It is actually coming from this reversal pattern, this head and shoulders. So head and shoulders formed, price broken, in price completing this head and shoulders, it then formed a broadening wedge. Yes? And entry, let me just place a horizontal line where I would have entered. Must be where I would have entered. I'll actually want to look for the trade on TSN so I can show you. Obviously, you want to place a stop loss, like Munashe was showing it to you guys on the board here. You want to put it safely within that broadening wedge. Remember yesterday I was talking about when price breaks a particular resistance, price breaks the resistance, this new resistance becomes the support. Vice versa, the same can be said for when price breaks the support. Right, so this is a very recent broadening wedge. These are actually probably, the easiest to trade actually. It's probably the easiest pattern to trade. I think it's much easier to trade than a flag. Definitely easier to trade than head and shoulders. That's true. So I've actually been spotting these everywhere. They're actually everywhere. For example, what is this? On euro dollar. What's that? Broadening wedge, yes? Reversal pattern. Price had been declining, was in a downtrend, and then eventually it broke and went up. Still in motion actually. Right there, they are everywhere. Let's see if there's one on pound dollar. Hold on. They're everywhere. Am I lying? No? Broadening wedge. This one actually ended up working because the take profit would have been bingo. Take profit hit had you entered this particular trade. Yeah? Let me I want to look for the trade on TSN.
So it's a beautiful pattern. It's probably got a higher win rate than some of the patterns because number one, even noticing it's a bit more difficult. Can you see how a falling wedge is like this, huh? Right, but this one it should be a mirror image of that. Right. So you as a trader, what will tend to happen is you think half price is going up, huh? Right. But you don't see that, you then get caught up in this whole megaphone. Right. Which is actually indicating that price is gonna drop. It's more like a reverse of human action. Does it make sense? Then price just immediately drops. Boom.
Here we have a broadening wedge on the pound in currency pair. Broadening wedges are reversal patterns, and it would make sense why the markets are getting ready to reverse. Below are the parameters for the position. Yes? And I went ahead to post everything. I posted the time frame, 4-hourly time frame, type of order, which is a buy stop. I even gave you the entry price. This is the exact same broadening wedge before it broke. Can you see it's already broken here? Pound in. On this, on MT5 here, it's already broken, yes? But if you come to where I posted the analysis, it was before it broke. And I said enter at 130.990. I gave my stop loss, which is 129.195. my take profit, which is 135.633. 135.633. Somewhere here. So if you're taking the position, you'd be halfway. You'd be halfway to take profit. Right? So this is something that I actually posted 3 days ago, before it actually broke. So 24 hours before it broke. So remember I was talking about the importance of being able to identify a pattern before it actually finishes forming. Like the head and shoulders, which I showed you guys earlier on, which is forming on dollar Sissy, if I'm correct. Is dollar Sissy? This one. This one, right? I've already seen it. So probably in like 5 days, as you can see, it's now getting ready to reverse, to complete forming that second shoulder. So we all have to be watching this. So it's very important for you to be able to identify these patterns before they actually complete, so you can take advantage of what's going on.
Any questions?
On broadening wedges.
No questions? Are we good? Is it sounding clear, guys? Yes. You sure? Yes. So you can go ahead and trade this. You're able to draw this. Yes. Okay. Oh, okay. We have a question.
There are a couple of times where I've, the head and shoulders tells me that it's gonna go down, but then on an H1, a 1 hour chart, it tells me that it's gonna go down, but then when I shift it from a 1 hour chart to a 15-minute chart, it shows me that it's going to go up. And it's showing a different pattern. Let's say it's showing a broadening wedge. Yeah.
Okay, so let me understand you. You're saying that this is 1 hour. On 1 hourly, what you saw is a head and shoulders pattern, right? Then on 15 minutes, what you're seeing is a broadening wedge, which is telling you price is going the opposite direction. What do you do? Okay.
What does that mean?
What does that mean? First of all, you need to understand that you need to understand your time frames first, right? A bigger time frame will always overrule the smaller time frame, right? The smaller time frame, yes, it can just momentarily just move in that direction, right? So let's say your broadening wedge that you saw, right? You see it on the 15 minutes, it tells you price is going to go up. That's okay. It could actually go up, right, and complete that pattern. But remember, the distance that is going to move is just going to be so small, right? Because the bigger time frame is telling you that what? Price is going down, right? So the general momentum is downwards, not upwards. So sometimes what I would actually encourage you to do, I would encourage you to actually just take the head and shoulders pattern on the 1 hourly time frame, right? Reason being, sometimes a pattern might not work in the smaller time frame, not because it wasn't the pattern, not because, hey, you drew it wrong or what. No, but just because the bigger time frame is saying it, is telling a totally different story. So you might then see price actually falling, and yet you had seen your broadening wedge that was telling you it's supposed to go up, right?
In the bigger time frame, you've got this head and shoulders, but in the smaller time frame, you then have this broadening wedge, and it's giving you two different directions, right? So in this situation, it is because the bigger time frame is actually giving an indication that price is going to go up in the long run. Personally, I would choose the head and shoulders, which is why I also didn't trade the broadening wedge, because of course the price was going to decline, but the question is for how long. So in trading, you always have to be very accurate about where price is going to, which point is going to reach next. And that, because without that, it's very hard for you to then come up with a conclusive risk-reward ratio, or where to place your take profit, or where to place your stop loss. Right? So in this particular situation, I chose to then wait for this big head and shoulders to form, because that gives me a more clear indication, or rather assumption, of where price is actually going to reach next, which is basically take profit off the head and shoulders, which is why I then didn't take the trade which is on the smaller time frame.
All right. Any other questions, guys? No questions? Okay. Guys, clap hands for yourself. You've completed all the patterns. Let's clap hands. Okay, so just before we finish, right? How long do you think it would take you to, recognize these patterns if you were to master them? Just recognizing, seeing it, and maybe doing it. How long do you think it would take you?
I think 1 week will be enough.
1 minute?
1 week.
1 week?
Yes.
After you've mastered. Now you just get onto the platform and you're now seeing it. I'm saying, how long do you think it would take you? Like, we open a chart today, right? We open a chart, and then we give you the chart. How long do you think it would take you to recognize a pattern?
It can take a month, but it depends as well, because there are some which are just ordinary. Like, I've witnessed a head and shoulders several times.
Several times, right?
Yeah.
So basically, it almost becomes like, it takes you like 5 minutes to just see it.
Exactly.
Because you've mastered it, huh?
Exactly.
So true. So true.
For me, I think it will take many practices. Because if I say a month and I'm doing it once a month,
then it's not beneficial, huh?
yeah, if I can practice it 20 times in a day, I'll be home and dry. Yeah.
You just have to practice. You just have to put in the work. I always like talking about sports. In the Premier League, how many teams are there? Like 24, 22? 20 teams. And those are all professional athletes. They are all, each and every one of them is a professional athlete. But then there's just some which just outshine the others. And everyone works hard. Some people just work harder. Same thing as trading. There's so many traders who probably know all that you know. But the ones that become successful, the guys who score the goals, the guys who are who change the game, are the guys who just at a different level. So with trading, that's where your discipline and that passion, to some extent passion also. Because for you to remain disciplined and you to remain motivated, you have to have passion for that thing. Right? So with trading, it's the same thing. Your psychology, which is what we want to dive into next. So your psychology counts for so much, because it's what then is the difference between you and just like an average trader. How you manage certain situations, how strong your psychology is.
All right. Any other questions, guys?
The information, what's happening on the ground, this pronouncement by presidents, economists, and all these people who are influential, who influence the market. How do we balance it now with these patterns?
This answer all the time. Correct me if I'm wrong. Comments are subjective. Yes? The way I perceive what you said is not the same way he's going to perceive what you said also. Right? The same way everyone has an opinion. Other people just have, their opinions are taken more seriously than most. So how to balance it? It's just, look, because comments or fundamentals per se are very subjective. A reaction to the markets is going to be there. It's most likely. The markets always react to fundamentals. The question then becomes, is it going to be a short-term reaction or is it going to be a long-term reaction? Right? Another thing also, I like using economic data that comes out. If, for example, if interest rates have been cut by the Federal Reserve, right? Cutting of interest rates basically might probably mean that that economy is strong, which will mean in the currency markets that particular currency gets stronger. In some cases, it will get stronger momentarily, but it won't be a long-term move. Sometimes it will be a long-term move, right? But then if you, let's say for example, if you have seen a wedge and it's about to break the resistance and to go long, to go up, and a certain news comes out which you might perceive that news and believe that price is actually going to fall, what decision do you take? Do you abort the position or you continue going long? My advice is trust the patterns, trust the analysis, because that's more for long term and that's more for sure thing. If you're wrong, then that's fine. I guess it didn't work. Imagine a situation where you'd have aborted the particular position and price and the market ended up working in your favor. How would you feel? So you always have to pick a side, you know, but pick a side which you're more sure of, which is a technical side, because you can back up your decision. It's very hard for me to, if me and Munash were trading an account together and I was to make a decision, I need to be able to back it up. It's very hard for me to back up a decision from fundamentals, because the question could be, how sure were you and what backs it up? So yeah, that's my answer.
Okay. Okay, wonderful. I think we are done, huh?